give you some background, Frederick Police Department received a missing person call just before 2 p.m. on Monday, August 23rd, 2018. Our agency launched an investigation conducting interviews, neighborhood canvasses, in an effort to locate Shanann and the two girls, Bella and Celeste. We also contacted the FBI and the CDI to assist in this case. In addition to providing investigative agents and crime scene responders, a missing and endangered alert was announced on Tuesday afternoon. Frederick PD conducted additional canvasses or flyers featuring Shanann, Celeste, and Bella were distributed throughout the community. Finally, in the late hours of Wednesday evening, the husband, Chris Watts, was taken into custody and was transported to the Weld County Jail just after 11:30 p.m. last night. He is currently scheduled for a bond hearing later today.
I would just like to say our hearts and our prayers go out to the family of this tragedy. I also want to acknowledge the overwhelming support that I have personally received from our community. I truly, truly appreciate that. I also want to say thank you to the local, state, and federal agencies that the gentleman behind me have helped us with this investigation.
Thank you for being here. My name is Michael Rourke. I'm the Weld County District Attorney. And I hope that you all understand this investigation is still ongoing. We are at the very preliminary stages of this investigation, and so as a result of that, we're going to be constrained in the types of questions that we can answer, and I hope that you all understand that at this point. I wanted to address the process and the procedure that's going to occur from this point forward. After the suspect was arrested last night, this case has been formally referred to my office for determination of the appropriate formal charges that will be filed against the suspect. As Sergeant Albert indicated, the suspect has a bond hearing this afternoon at 2:30 in Division 5 at the Weld County Courthouse. Following that, we will be given a deadline by which we need to file formal charges. That will be sometime Monday afternoon, and we will make a determination on charges between now and then. That determination will be based upon the information that we have at this point as a result of the cooperation by the Frederick Police Department, by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I truly want to thank all of those partners for their efforts. I'm going to turn it over to the CBI Director for a few comments, and like I said, we will answer questions at the end, but please understand two things. Number one, the suspect at this point is presumed innocent until otherwise proven guilty in a court of law. And number two, I'm constrained ethically as to what I can say, what I can answer at this point.
I'm John Camper, Director of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. We join with Chief Norris, the Frederick PD, and really the entire town of Frederick in expressing our sorrow for the loss of Shanann Watts, Bella, and Celeste. This is absolutely the worst possible outcome that any of us could imagine. And I think our hearts are broken for the town of Frederick as much as anybody's. As you probably know, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation is primarily a by-request agency, and the Frederick PD did reach out to us. We were honored to assist with both investigative services and forensic resources as well, and that's primarily been our role with that. We've had at least 15 to 20 investigators as well as forensic team members active on this case for the last several days. As horrible as this outcome is, our role now is to do everything that we can to determine exactly what occurred and assist in filing a thorough case with the 19th Judicial District. I too don't anticipate being able to answer much in the way of additional questions very thoroughly. Especially in the coming days. We'll probably refer you more to the DA's office in the upcoming days, but we'll do what we can in the meantime. And then I too want to note that the cooperation that occurred and the collaboration that occurred in this case was textbook. The Frederick PD has just been outstanding to work with, and an extremely impressive job of investigating this case, along with the resources of the FBI and the collaboration with CBI has been outstanding. I also might add that the collaboration and cooperation by Anadarko, which, as you know, is somewhat involved in this as well, has also been outstanding. They've been nothing but cooperative in helping us with With that, let me turn it over to Special Agent in Charge, Mr. Shivers.
Good morning, my name is Calvin Shivers. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for the FBI's Vendor Division. And I also would like to express my condolences to the families and to the victims of the families for their loss. The FBI supported this investigation from day one, and as Director Camper just mentioned, this was a great example of the law enforcement community coming together. Unfortunately, it was not the outcome that we were looking for, but again, the support of all the state, local, and federal partners is critical to making our community safe.
Channel 7 here, have you been able to recover the bodies?
Oh, please.
At this point, we have been able to recover a body that we're quite certain is Shanann Watts' body. We have strong reason to believe that we know where the bodies of the children are, and recovery efforts are in process on that.
And you mentioned Anadarko. Is it fair to say that these were recovered on Anadarko property?
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Rourke, any idea on when information on this case will be unsealed?
The affidavit in support of warrantless arrest was sealed last night at our request by a district court judge. We did so that we could finish up a few of the investigative steps. My anticipation is that on or about Monday, when we make a final decision, my hope will be that we can ask the court to unseal that information and make it a public record at that point.
You can't talk about the manner of death. That's something that does get released. Can you share that with us?
Manner of death would be undetermined at this time. We don't want to speculate anything or rule anything out. I think that's enough for today, guys, and I thank you all for coming.